Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's video is yet another random rant. I didn't know what I wanted to do for this video. I'm filming this kind of not late in the night really, but I have been filming my videos in the mornings, and I wasn't able to do that this morning, so I'm now caught in I was going to say introspective, but I don't know if it's really introspective. It's just like I just don't want to do the regular video, but I don't see that as me being lazy. Maybe I am. I see it more as a chance for me to do one of these laid back, just kind of ranting videos, which I would enjoy watching. I've said this over and over, I'm someone who enjoys whispering, like listening to whispering, soft speaking, that type of thing. That's my favorite trigger. But yeah, in tonight's video, I just wanted to go on a little rant, and at first I was trying to filter what I was saying and make sure it fit a certain thing, and I just got to a point where I'm like, dude, I just gotta be honest, right? I just gotta be, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, and it's not anything insane. I'm like hyping this up like I'm about to say something crazy. It's not crazy. It's literally just gonna be what I'm thinking. So this is gonna be what I mainly want to talk about here is my two ways of operating when it comes to achieving goals, and I have had shifting point of views on this. The first thing that pops into my head is that, and maybe I've said this in a past video, the goal should always be the work, and that is a quote that I absolutely love because it takes all the power away from any external circumstance. YouTube is a great example, right? You can set as many goals as you want, and if you don't hit them, you're going to feel like a failure, and you shouldn't, because you can't control if a video goes viral. You can't control if you get 50,000 subs. Again, you could say, I could post, and you could, but the goal should be the posting, right? The goal should be the doing of the work, posting the YouTube video, posting the short, and so on and so forth. But the two ways that have been propelling me, because to be honest with you, in my life recently, I felt a lot of friction. I don't know what it is. Even filming these videos, ASMR is not exactly a YouTube in general, right? It's not that time consuming. It depends on who you are. There are people who put a ton of effort, and I want to get to that point, but right now mine is very, takes me 20 minutes a day, right? Just to be honest. And obviously I want to pour more time into it, but I'm like working my way up slowly. But even to get to where I am now, so I've been uploading daily for the last maybe only a week or two. So I was uploading just every now and then originally, and that for me was good because I was on and off with this channel. And then all of a sudden I came back and I was like, oh yeah, I'm on my game, but I was still on and off. Now I'm uploading daily, and even with that, it hasn't been too much friction, but like more than you'd think for the amount of effort, which again, I can't really describe why that is. Is that an internal thing? Is that just I got crappy sleep a few days? Who knows? But the two ways that I have to push me, because it is unrealistic to think that every single day I'm going to want to do the thing. But a lot of the times what I'm able to do is make myself want to do the thing, and it's a reminder, right? So I wake up and maybe I don't want to make a video, or I don't want to do XYZ. Mr. Beast has been helping me a lot with this. I'm just going to be honest, I don't watch Mr. Beast. Obviously I know of him, I know his story, and I didn't really watch any like podcast interviews with him, like some, but recently I've been like really watching them because I feel like, he is kind of the ultimate inspiration in terms of YouTube. feel like his story is to a lot of people. You know, they don't like where they're at. They just want to be creative. Not many people understand it. He puts his heart and soul into this for years and years and years, and now he has the biggest YouTube channel in existence. Besides maybe T-Series if they're ahead of him. But yeah, it's a very good story, and recently it's been helping me push through because it makes me realize that I cannot expect something and then not put in as much work as someone like him, right? Where maybe I'm not at that level, and even in ASMR, like there's people like ASMR Zeitgeist, and I'm like, I'm not worthy of his amount of views because he puts so much effort in. Like, he probably spends $1,000 a video, if not more. He has a set, he has lighting, he has green screens, he has like 30 plus triggers he records for like 2.5 hours with a crystal clear camera, amazing microphones. He has like 5 mics. So I'm like, there's people in the space that I truly admire, and I'm starting to see why they have what they have, I guess. And it's kind of silly of me to expect to, like, again, I can just take that and apply it, right? Like, what about Zeitgeist channel is good? Apply it. What about even people outside the niche? Like, what does Mr. Beast do? Can that be applied to ASMR? But anyway, I say all this to say that I've been watching a ton of Mr. Beast because these things fuel me, right? And I think social media is pretty bad, but it's also pretty good, right? There's a lot of positives, but also a lot of bad things with it. Very blanket statement there, but I'm sure you can think of some of the bad things and think of some of the good things. The good things, I imagine, would be posting on social media, learning from anyone, really. Bad things, you're on it all day, which is unideal. And I say you, meaning like me, whoever it is, but a lot of people, I'll just be honest, I've been scrolling a lot as of late. I feel like I've been on my phone too much. But why am I saying this? Social media is bad. Social media is good. Social media is bad. Social media is good. Oh, so anyway, I've been using these videos for fuel, and I don't think that's something I do enough. Or like finding a specific inspiration in a field and consuming what they say like it's like a religion or something. Like, pretty much I used to see everything is like you gotta do work, right? It requires work, and inspiration is BS, and like you do kind of hear that from some people that like, and it's kind of true, right? It's like, okay, well, like, do you want to sit around and watch videos all day, or do you want to do the actual thing? But what I realized was I need fuel. Like, if I want to drive from point A to point B, I need fuel, right? I need gas in the tank, and these videos are that gas in the tank. So what I'm saying is, I challenge you, if you're struggling to do something every day that you really want to do, remind yourself with the best video possible. Meaning, if you want to hit the gym, David Goggins, watch a video of him running. You know, he's on his 100th mile or something. Like, whatever video fires you up, because it is a tool that we have. Like, if there is a good in YouTube videos, or in like shorts, even if it's just a short of David Goggins like on a run or something, like, utilize that, right? For me, like I said, it's been Mr. Beast. Like, and I guess I'll talk about both sides. So there's two sides of this inspiration, right? And one is the ideal outcome, which is the good, and then one is the running away, which is the bad. And if you have both, I feel like you should move. You should be progressing towards your goals, because if you're actively running away from something, you're chasing the good, you're looking at the good, but you're also running from this stampede behind you, you're probably going to move, right? Because there's two reasons to run, good and bad, and both make like you want to run, each by themselves, but when there's both, you really want to move. So what am I saying here? For me, it is running towards the ideal outcome, which would be a big YouTube channel. And again, very blanket, just kind of like a blanket goal. I have to get better at, I guess, like defining exactly what I want. Do I just want a vanity metric? Do I want like something else, right? Is it just, do you want a big channel? But I'm running towards that, right? The like, oh, I could be the next JoJo ASMR, or the next Zeitgeist, or the next whoever it is, right? But then a lot of my fuel lately has been coming from running from the other end of things, which is, for me, it's school. It's a job, and I don't know if anyone out there can relate to this, but I'm gonna say it because I know I basically heard Mr. Beast talk about how he really hated school, especially when he went to university, and that really clicked with me. And I had a moment where I was just like, wow, I never knew. I guess I knew he hated school, but just anyway, something clicked. So the reason I'm saying this is because I know there's got to be someone out there who's like, wow, there's another guy who agrees with that. And I like that feeling of like, oh, like I'm seen in that sense, I guess. So anyway, I don't like college. I'll just say it like that. I wasn't a big fan. I don't think I really had much awareness going through school. I think it was just kind of just enjoying being with friends, and I never wanted to do, no one really ever wants to do homework or take tests, but it's kind of like what you do, and there wasn't much questioning. And then I think high school was when I started to find ways online to like make money, and I was like, okay, well, like if schools offer money, then why can't I just make money online? Why can't I do this? And I hated it, but it wasn't that deep yet, because I mean, I had good friends, and it just wasn't a burning passion. Like some days it's like, okay, it sucks, and other days it's like, well, it is what it is. But for me, college was an still is an interesting experience, because a lot of the people that I grew up with, I'm not around anymore, and I commute to college. So pretty much the friendships are not as good as they were through my grade school and through my high school. And you could also argue that's entirely on me, because you could say, you don't live there. I don't even try to like nurture those relationships as much as I should. But the point of me saying that, though, what was the point of me saying that? I'm like losing my train of thought. I heard a noise and I was just like, damn it. Trying to see where I was going with this point in the grand scheme of things. I might have to backtrack myself here. Just overall, man, it takes me a minute. Basically, the overall college experience isn't enjoyable to me, and I have zero interest in I will label the average college experience of partying and all that. That's just literally zero interest. And again, trying to branch this. friends. It's not the lack of partying. It's none of that. What it really comes down to, or I mean, I guess that's a part of it, but what it really comes down to for me is I feel like right now what I'm learning is just as unapplicable or applicable. I've heard both sayings. I say applicable, whatever. It is just as I'm gonna say useless. Look, man, this is my life experience, okay? But just as useless. So I am going for business. Don't even know. Like, I feel like I'm trying to like filter things, and I'm just like, screw it. Let's just say what I'm actually thinking, because I'm already halfway there. I don't even know why I'm there. I didn't really want to go, but I didn't really have a reason to not go, right? Like, you can't just be, I mean, you could, but there was no plan, right? It's like, hey, mom and dad, I'm just gonna not go to college with no plan and some savings, you know? So that didn't really work. So now I'm there going for business, and that's just based off the fact that, like, I want to own something. So, like, it would be like saying, oh, you're creative, you want to make videos, or you want to own your own thing online, or you should go for a business degree. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you want to like work in finance or anything, but that's pretty much the closest thing I could get. And yeah, truthfully, I just don't really even know what to tell people. Like, people who ask me what I'm going for, I'm just like, business. I'm like, I haven't really gone further than that. I'm like, I don't want to do accounting. I mean, God bless if you're an accountant, but I don't want to do that. I've had 2 accounting classes. But yeah, it's just this weird, that's kind of what I'm running away from, is that my day-to-day is very, I don't want to make it over dramatic, but it's pretty painful. Like, I don't like it at all. I don't like the classes I'm in. I don't think I could apply anything. And if I wanted to learn any of these things for my business, or apply something to my channel, I'm gonna go to Mr. Beast, right? I'm gonna go to someone who built one of the biggest things in the world in that niche and figure out, okay, what did they do? Like, it's just how a mentor should work, right? Like, you seek out people who have done what you want to do. And the problem, I think, with me going to college is that no one there has done anything that I want to do, and I'm being taught by them. And not only am I being taught by them, it's being taught in not even the best way, right? Where, like, I'll go into class and it's just like videos. I go into class and like they're playing YouTube videos, and I'm like, the same people who would probably argue that like you can't get a college education from YouTube, and you go into college and they're playing YouTube videos. Like, what's going on here? And everything that's not YouTube videos, it's like slides, which sounds dumb. It's like I'm kind of saying that you can't learn something from reading, but you get my point. It's just the most boring thing you could think of. And again, it's not something I could apply. Like, it's classes where, to get into one of the issues I have around school, it's like, learn everything ever and then go out into the world and figure out what your job is going to be, and then start applying everything. Right? Where, like, I'm in classes right now where I'm learning how to, like, be a manager. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. Like, I'm gonna learn everything from this class, and then maybe in 5 years I get a job as a manager, and then I'm gonna go back in my notes and figure out how to be a manager. Like, wouldn't I look, like, again, it's crazy, but it's really not crazy. Just go on YouTube and be like, who's a good manager? Do they sell a you're supposed to be, I think, learning things as you go, where it's like, oh, I'm a manager now. Or, again, it just shouldn't be this early, right? It should not be like, I have no clue what I want to do with my life. Let me learn how to be that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. And then when I'm one of them, I'll start applying my notes a few years later. I'll go back and look at my book and see if everything fits. And then I'll start applying it. And again, all this information it reminds me of like when people are selling a course and someone says, well, all the information is already online somewhere for free. It's the exact same thing with college classes, in my opinion. You can find better information, literally better information. Like if you're going to tell me that like a college course can teach me entrepreneurship better than a guy who's made $1 million, 10 million, 100 million, that's crazy. Like I'd love to see a college course like that, unless it's taught by someone who has made 1 or 10 or 100 million, right? So basically, I could rant about this all day, literally all day. But this is what I'm running from. So my goal is to run towards maybe a vanity metric, right? Maybe like, oh, I want a big YouTube channel. I want to help people relax and forget about their troubles, and that's probably a much more meaningful goal, right? Is to actually, okay, what does this metric mean? 100,000 subs, that means I might be helping 100,000 people fall asleep, relax, forget about their issues. So chasing that, but also actively running away, and this has really been fueling me, is my hatred for where I'm at. And again, I don't expect anybody to resonate with that. If you like school, if you like the education system, if you like your job, if you like everything, completely fine. I have no issues. I'm just sharing with you that is not something I'm into in the slightest. So if it sounds insane to you, it's just a new worldview, right? It's just my personal experience. I can't like reject that feeling, right? It's real. Like, it is a real feeling I have of just like every day, I hate this. I feel like it's not exciting. It's not fun. It will not be of use to me. I'd rather make videos, build businesses. Like, I'd rather be doing something where I feel like I can actually see a clear return on my time, right? Yeah, so basically, this is kind of what I wanted to sum up, is that if you have a goal, I think you need to define your two things. Now, there will be people who say you can just run off anger and hate and other things. I've heard that claim before, and you can achieve everything. I've heard people say, no, you do not want negative emotions. You want to run off happiness, and I'm going to achieve this, and I'm living in the now, and I'm bringing the now. I'm bringing this future here now, and all this. I say, if you are running towards rainbows while being chased by a stampede, you are going to run fast as hell. I mean, throw that on a t-shirt, throw it on a hat. It's beautiful. So yeah, I encourage you, if you don't have these two things, again, I'm not saying conjure up something you hate, or even conjure up, I mean, everyone really should have a goal that they want to attain, that they like love or something, or that they want. But I think having these two are super powerful. But I will tell you, both are potent, but this one's been, I guess they're both pretty strong. But I really do think the hatred for where I'm at has been helping me, because every single time I say, oh, you know what, I really don't want to make a video, I really don't want to, it's just like, dude, you're literally telling yourself right now, and again, not everybody will hear this, but for the people that need it, this has been helping me a lot, is every time you say that to yourself, that I really don't want to do whatever it takes, right? I don't want to do it today, I don't want to do it tomorrow, I don't want to invest however long it is. You are basically, the way I see it, if you're not happy with where you're at, it is an obligation. I'll just say, from my point of view, it is my obligation, if I'm not where I want to be, to do the actions to get me where I want to be. I cannot sit here and say, like, if I sat here right now and I said, I hate my life, I don't like school, I don't like this, and you're like, That's so sad, right? And then I'm like, but I just don't want to, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make videos. I'm not going to upload. You know, I'm not going to do anything about it, but it sucks. I hate it. You're just someone who's moaning, or let's go back. So it's not as aggressive. I'll say it is me, because it honestly is, but I would just be somebody moaning, right? If I sit here and say, oh, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Because I'm telling you, I have a problem, and I am going to do nothing about it. But the moment you do something about it, everything changes, right? So every single time I catch myself saying, I really don't want to film something minor too, right? Like, I don't want to film a 20-minute video, or I don't want to do X task or Y task. It's like, that's fine. You don't have to make a video. You don't have to do whatever work you're trying to avoid. Just know that, like, when you get the life that you don't want, that is on you, right? And that's what makes me move. It makes me move because I know if I make enough choices where I say, you know what, I'm not going to make a video right now, and that amplifies, I know that if you extrapolate that over time, I would screw myself, right? So I have to recap because my phone died, and I'm picking up from where I left off, and I talked for like another 5 minutes. So now I'm going back to that spot. I'm just going to recap because I think I talk circles, and maybe this was a blessing in disguise. I know I'm worried my phone's going to die again because I charged it for like 2 minutes. Basically, I've been watching a lot of Mr. Beast. Utilize tech, right? If you're gonna watch videos, let it be for fuel, because a lot of the times I was like, oh, it's just the work, and it's like, dude, if you don't have gas in the tank, you can't drive. And for me, waking up every day not wanting to do something and then reminding myself of the reason why I must do it is the key. It is turning on a Mr. Beast video and hearing him say, I hated school, I didn't like it. And again, this doesn't have to resonate with you, but I'm making this for the people out there so they feel seen. There are people out there who will be like, wow, that is the one guy. Because again, like when I watched Mr. Beast and I heard him talk about how much he hated school and he just wanted to work on videos, I was just like, dude. And again, I can't be the first person in the world who like hasn't liked school, but to see where he is, like, I just felt like I want someone to feel that. I want someone watching, even if it's just a few, right? To be like, wow, this hit me at the right time, and this will inspire action, right? That is the goal of this. So, yeah, utilize the what you're running to and what you're running away from, right? You're running towards a rainbow, and you're running from a stampede. That is, I couldn't imagine anyone can run faster than when they're running away from a stampede and chasing a rainbow, right? So, again, you might not have both of these in your life. I'm not saying make something bad or make something good. Like, I'm not saying to, like, create these out of thin air, but if you have them both, use them as a reminder. I think my biggest issue is that I always kind of hated school where I was at, and I always wanted this big goal, but I would never remind myself. Every day I would wake up and be like, yeah, I wouldn't even think about it. It would be brewing in the back of my mind. Yeah, I always hate where I'm at. I always want to be rich and achieve a lot of cool things. But how often do you actually every day say, okay, if I don't do this action, we're not going to get that, and we're going to get all of that. We're going to get all the bad and none of the good. That's the problem, is there needs to be this again, this is just what I think for me, but there needs to be a daily reminder of like, dude, you understand if you're not actively moving where you want to go, you will not get there. So for me, it is that, I don't want to make a 10-20 minute video. Think about where do you want to be? You want the biggest YouTube channel. Do you think you get there by not making videos? No. Do you like where you're at now? No. Okay, sounds like we have a formula for let's make a 20-minute video. Because you don't like where you're at, you have a place you want to go. The way you get to where you want to go is making videos. The way you get away from here is making videos. And that skips, I said this last time too, and I said it again, it tips the scales, not skips the tails. It tips the scale, right? Where if you have all of these things, the bad and the good you're running away from and chasing, like, the scales tip, right? Most people don't do something because, like, again, I didn't even know why. Like, why do I feel friction when I want to make a video? I don't know. I don't know why, right? So the scales are evenly weighed here in a sense, but then all of a sudden I say I hate where I'm at, and I really want a big channel. I really want to help 100,000 people fall asleep and relax and XYZ. Scale tips, right? So this is what I'm trying to push here, is that for any of you out there who have bigger dreams, and I imagine, like, come on, I know everyone here, I know I'm not speaking to a select few, everyone here has dreams, something bigger that they want to accomplish, right? Even the people who've accomplished the most want to accomplish a little bit more. So anybody out there who has that in them, which I hope is a lot, I hope I'm talking to everyone here, this is just what works for me. But utilize both and remind yourself, that is the key. I don't want to repeat myself anymore because I probably already have 1,000 times, but remind yourself. Do not just, every once in a while, again, maybe you can do that, but for me, it's not the case. Every day I will wake up and I will hit myself with the same, I don't want to do it, I don't want to, and then it's like, no, you gotta watch a Mr. Beast video, you gotta watch someone explain to you why you have to work out, right? Like why it's good to work out, how it's, because again, even the gym lately, I've kind of been slacking. Like, I'll get some other form of workout in, but I don't really sweat, and it's like, I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, remind yourself every single day. But I am so scared my camera's gonna die, so I hope that recap really just summed up what I was trying to say for 25 minutes in that little summary right there. But let me know what you guys think of these types of videos. I just want this channel to be relaxing and all the things that an ASMR channel should be, but I also want to be authentic, and I don't ever want to lose that, and I do want to feel like this is just me and you chatting, and maybe some of you hate that, maybe you don't, let me know, or maybe you just want to listen to the ramble and the whispering, which is fair as well. So with that said, I want to thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all of you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.